Hey everybody, welcome to another How to Make. It's your boy GARDNSOUND. Today we're going to be looking at an artist called Rezz. I've been into her music recently. I really enjoy these compositions and I have a lot of great things to say about it. Today we're going to be using the song Edge in order to learn a bit about minimalist composition. I'm really excited to show this track off to you, but for those of you who don't want to sit around for my intro, skip to the timestamp on your screen right now to get into me and the funny video and the memes and stuff if you don't want to sit around for the intro. For those of you who don't suck, I would like to remind you that I usually get copyright claimed almost immediately for How to Makes. So what I do is I take these project files that I make, these are my recreations here, and I put them on Patreon. And if you're interested in downloading my Patreon project file, which will have like basically this song as you see it in front of you, feel free to go ahead and subscribe on Patreon. It's only $2 a month. I think that's a real steal. If you feel like supporting more, there's other tiers there that you can check out as well. I also give away the stems for these projects files. So if you'd like the stems for this song, because you don't use Ableton, maybe you're an FL user, maybe you use Logic, whatever you use, I also put the stems in the zip file. So please check that out. I'll link that in the description below. I also did something different with this video that I don't normally do with my How to Make series. I streamed the entire, well, most of the entire process of me building this track live on Twitch. If you'd like to be around next time when I do that, make sure that you also visit the description down below and click on my Twitch link. Hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you have a free subscription that you can throw at a creator every month. I would really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. I'm going to put a little bit of the Twitch stream first so you guys can kind of get a sense of how I build these things and how I research them. And then I'll catch back up to you later, show you some mistakes that I made along the way, show you how I remedied those and how we came to this final arrangement. Let's see what we got here. Edge is the most popular song on Spotify for Rezz. Let's give it a listen. So far, the vibe I'm getting is that it sounds super homemade. And I don't mean that in a negative sense. I mean that it just kind of sounds out of the box, but like really well composed. Let's listen to some more. I've heard this one before. All right, so since different platforms are different, let's go see what the most popular song on YouTube is. So we'll change our filter here to, we'll change our filter here to be sort by view count. Okay, it's the same. So since we don't want to listen to the same song, let's listen to another one. The second most popular track is Purple Gusher. And you know what? Just because I'm curious, just because I'm freaking curious, what's the most popular Rezz song on SoundCloud? Oh, right. SoundCloud is broken and doesn't have sorting. Here we go. Drugs. All right, we're going to listen to that one. I like the name of that. Oh, Relax. Okay. Now, well, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. All right. Purple Gusher first. All right. Am I crazy or is this in the same key? I'm just curious. Oh. Yeah, they're in the same key. All right. So the Rezz favors a particular key so far. I wonder what key that is. Hold on a second. This is actually a really similar song. Somebody in the chat just mentioned it's even the same vocal swell. Oh, let's back this up for a second. I might be taking back all of the praise I was heaping on it if it's that simple. Or maybe it's just that genius. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's so similar. Okay, all right, we get it. So it is in D minor. Boy, I've been practicing. Yeah, what of it? Let's listen to Drugs. Let's see what this one's like. This is a popular song on SoundCloud. Oh my God, it's the same vocal swell immediately. Hold on a second. Dude, Rezz is pulling the wool over everybody's eyes. Oh my God. All right. Let's check out Relax. All right, so how much are we putting on the pool that it's in D minor? There's nothing wrong with writing everything in D minor, but it's kind of like, The Office isn't a personality, and smoking weed isn't a personality, and writing everything in D minor is also not a personality.
Just take a nice breath in.
Actually, I think this one had a sick music video if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we're watching this.
我生病，然后我的家人说我有精神。
Relax.
Okay, this track is hype. So actually, man, see, the fucked up part is like I like this one the best, but it's not the most popular track. So I think we might have to do 2 episodes. Oh no. Okay, all right. You know what we're gonna do today? We'll do Edge. We'll do Edge first. No, we already listened to Edge. I really like it. Let's go get a copy of Edge. Maybe this is the part that Universal Music Group doesn't like. FBI, open up! YouTube Rip tutorial. First, you go to YouTube Rip, and then you put the song link in, and then you have the song. Done. Secretly the FBI. Dude, I think the entire internet's a honeypot at this point. Yep, it's fucking exactly what I said it was. It's 100. Cool. All right, so let's see. We need fucking to get these drums in here. I'm just gonna throw in the 808 thing from Ableton. It's kind of what it sounds like, and we'll just toss. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It sounds just like that. So this intro is going to be an 808. That sounds like this module that I have called Rings, but I could also probably produce that with Steam Pipe or maybe Corpus or maybe with fucking Tension. I might be able to do this with Tension. And not too complicated. It's well composed though. And it kind of reminds me of the progressive stuff that deadmau5 used to write just in terms of its composition. I think that's the rhythm. All right, we'll come back and mess with the tone later. Yep, let's use this one first. All right, cool. And we'll put these into a group and call these the snares. Snare 1, snare 2. Let's balance these out. What the fuck, man? There we go. Fucking wouldn't do. It just wouldn't do. All right. Yeah. There it is. Almost. Whoa. Damn, that thing is just fucking lit. It's got a weird it's got a weird tone in it. Let's see if we can notch that out. Oh, that's because it's actually weird. Okay, let's pick a different bass drum. That's nothing we can notch out. That's just how it was created. Let's try a different bass drum. You know what? Let's dig into Bill's sample pack for a second, Mr. Kick Daddy. Yeah, I like that. Go figure. So the ride, where are we? Why no ride? Maybe I'm thinking of the 707. This isn't trap. Maybe it's just the symbol and it's, oh yeah, that's what it is. I'm sitting here calling it by its technical name and it's just like, oh, it's a fucking symbol. Shut up, Gardner. What a stooge. It's just symbol, you idiot. And we'll get out. Let's try to make this with tension. I'm going to give it a shot. If it doesn't work out, I'll use steam pipe. Yeah, this is going to work just fine. It already sounds really close. All right, let's do that. Let's do that filthy bass. Okay, let's get a vote here. Let's get a vote in the chat. Serum or Massive? Go. I'll give you until I get back from the bathroom to vote. All right, so Serum, Massive, Serum, Operator. Yeah. I vote hum into the mic. Yeah, okay. Operator. Okay. Make your own wavetable and then send it into Serum. Model D. All right, Serum. It looks like it's Serum. Yo, I would make it with the Model D if I had infinite day and time. Okay, so I'm really bad at this when people are watching. I swear I'm better at this when nobody's watching. It's going to be a little fat, a little bit resonant, and we will add LFO 1 to this boy. No. Yeah, we're going to use downsample. I mean, in Ableton, it's called Redux. So we'll throw it on right here. All right, it's literally, we can't hear the difference anymore. My bad. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, let's try it here. I didn't know that. Thank you. I learned something today. Let's try downsample. I turned off Redux. Oh, you know what? That sounds much better. Dang, thanks. I need to do this on stream more often. You guys have great suggestions. Okay, that was kind of a workout. So this part right here is going to require me to flatten things first. I think we've covered the basics. I think what I'm going to do at this point is turn off the stream because I'm not going to be doing anything else other than just tuning things at this point. These are the basic ideas of the beat. So what I'll do is on my own, go back and tune it and really dial it in good. Okay, so now that we're caught back up to the present, I want to tell you a little bit about some mistakes that I made and how I remedied them. So if you take a look at the melodic content, at first I was trying to build that sort of plucky noise with tension, which is an Ableton default instrument. I wasn't able to get it quite right. And what I did was, just for trying it out, I threw it in this synthesizer called Steam Pipe. Now this is part of Reactor 5 or Reactor 6. So if you have Native Instruments Reactor, this will work for you. If you don't have that, I have frozen and flattened those lines, so that won't be an issue for you. So if you don't have Reactor, you don't technically need it in order to see this stuff. Plus, the stems are available in the project file. But Steam Pipe does a much better job of imitating that pluck that Rezz has versus tension. So I'm actually going to show those to you back to back right now. So this is the tension version. And here's the Steam Pipe version. I think the Steam Pipe version is a lot closer to the original. Okay. Another thing that I messed up is this bass. I had 3 different versions of this bass. The first one is right here, and this is using Serum. I'm pretty sure almost everybody has Serum. Here's what this bass sounds like. All right, now here's the correct version. Okay, what's the difference? The difference between these two synthesizers has to do with the envelope and the LFO. So instead of this synthesizer, which is kind of going yo, 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 you'll notice on the automation here, the LFO starts below the knob and goes up. Now, if we look at this one, you'll notice that the LFO is only going down. You'll notice on this one, it starts at the top of the knob and goes all the way down to where the I don't know what you call this line, but down to the line only. It doesn't go back up. And this was based on a suggestion from the stream where somebody told me that if you hold Alt and Shift and click, you can make the knob do different things, which is awesome. So that really led me to discover that not only is it an LFO on a filter cutoff knob that makes that noise, it's also a different treatment of the envelope. The attack is a little bit more. There's a greater attack. It takes a second to kick in, so it plays really well with the side chain. The hold is less, and we are re-triggering this. The MIDI is different. So on the first one, which is wrong, let's see here. Where's a good example of this? Check this out. We're relying on the filter cutoff to make the noise happen. It's just going yite, 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 right? But on the second one, we're re-triggering or re-articulating the note every single note. That's correct. Those are the two main mistakes that I made during the stream. I was able to remedy them off camera, and next time I stream, I'll see if I can allot more time. That way it's a longer stream and you all can see the entire process. Again, if you'd like to be tuned in for the next time I stream one of these how to makes, make sure you click the Twitch link in the description below and give me a follow and a sub. When you're trying to make music like this, if you're trying to imitate her music, of course you just need to imitate her music, but if you're trying to make something similar to it, and you want to kind of get those characteristic Rezz vibes, what you're looking for are a lot of mids. What she uses a lot of mids in her EQs and just in her sounds in general. Like, look at the EQ8 that I had to slap onto the 808 to make it sound correct. Tons of highs, I had to boost the mids, and I had to cut the lows. So again, really focusing on the middle band on your EQ. Same can be said for the melodic content. If you look how the treatment of these lines is at this point, you can see there is an auto filter and an EQ on this steam pipe instrument that sort of cuts out the highs. Again, so we're focusing on the mids. There's not a lot of low content, this mid-high range. On this bass, if we look at the MIDI, you can see in the Serum patch under the effects that the compressor, again, a lot of bass there because it is a bass, but more mids than highs. Definitely more mids than highs. We're letting the highs shine through on the snares and the hats. It's that division of sonic information that makes Rezz's music sound like it does. On top of that, you're going to be looking at keys that are in D minor. Now, I mentioned that on stream, but it's important to note. So again, a lot of mids, D minor, and keep your music around 100. Make sure you have your kicks and your snares firing on opposite beats. Kicks on every beat, snares on every other beat, like this. Every once in a while, you add your hi-hats in on a 16th note rhythm. Go for simplistic melodies that you can reuse a lot. Something that'll call back to the listener so the listener knows, oh, okay, it's time for that again. It's a real genuine form of arrangement and composition that harkens back to minimalist music. And this is, I think, where Rezz shines the most. Take, for instance, this melodic content right here. All she does here is add harmony to that line. Just to give it some character. Now, while this sort of interesting, juxtaposed, crazy bass line is going on, every once in a while, we're going to hit those notes in steam pipe to remind the audience, this is where we were, we're probably coming back to this. Just an incidental. And then what do you know? We come back to this in a little breakdown right here. Then during the major breakdown, low passed Oh, yeah. We know this line at this point. But we're just going to slightly change it up here at the very end in order to introduce a bit of variance. That little jump right here is a huge destabilizing force. So we have E, 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 F, F, and then E flat all of a sudden, which is if you're looking at the key, which is in D minor, it's just a half step up from that. So we have both a flat 2 and a flat 6 happening at the same time, which in relation to D sounds like this. Very crunchy. And it's that little destabilizing force that makes the transition from here back to these wobbly bass lines so effective, because from here on out, what we know about the song is totally different. The bit crushed drive is changing constantly during this section, so it's all a bit destable. So I don't know if Rezz knows theory, but it would be my guess that she either knows it or has an intuitive sense of what does sound good with regard to musical tendency. Because what that little destabilization leads to is this bass line, which is normal. However, it goes here. And consistently changes throughout the rest of the song to the point where we start to get like a halftime of a halftime. I think that's enough jabbering away from me. Again, if you'd like to download this, it'll be available on Patreon. Links in the description below to my Patreon page. Like I said, please support me. These almost always get claimed and held for copyright reasons by giant publishers who don't give a fuck about the little guy. Anyway, my name's Gardner. If you appreciated this, hit me with that thumbs up and sub. If not, go